Yes. So let me replay this one more time. You tell me if I understand basically what happened, okay?
Okay.
Y'all had an argument. He went upstairs, locked himself upstairs. I'm skipping some of the details. I'm just focusing on your actions. Locked himself upstairs. You went upstairs trying to get in the room?
Yeah.
You came back downstairs to get a gun?
No. I only went up the stairs one time.
So you went up the stairs with your gun?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying that.
Okay.
Anthony, after 2 days of deliberating tonight, the jury returned the verdict, finding Suzanne Mericle guilty of felony murder for the death of her boyfriend at their home in North Georgia last March.
We, the members of the jury, find the defendant, Suzanne Renee Mericle, guilty of felony murder.
8 days after Suzanne Mericle was put on trial, the verdict was announced Friday night in this North Georgia court. The St. Simons Island dentist accused of shooting her boyfriend, James David Barron, through a bedroom door at their home, killing him.
As to count 4.
Going count by count, Mericle sat silent. The jury finding her guilty of 4 of the 7 counts she faced. Felony murder, reckless conduct, criminal damage to property, and tampering with evidence. Barron was fatally shot last March after prosecutors say Mericle became unhinged after learning he was sending money overseas to a woman named Lilia.
March 7th, locks himself upstairs in the guest bedroom. And this defendant did what she always did. She got angry, she got obsessive, she got unhinged, and she spiraled.
The defense argued Mericle was acting in self-defense.
Self-defense means Suzanne's allowed to use deadly force if she reasonably believes it's necessary to prevent death, serious injury, or a forcible felony, even if the shot that killed Mr. Barron was not the outcome that she intended. She doesn't have to intend to be killing Mr. Barron to claim self-defense.
On the night of March 7, 2025, a 61-year-old dentist named Suzanne Mericle picked up her Glock and walked toward a locked bedroom door in a house on Lake Lanny in Gainesville, Georgia. On the other side of that door was her boyfriend David Barron, 68 years old, the man she had bought a house with, the man she had been planning to marry, the man she had been arguing with for months about a woman in Romania he had never fully told her about. She told him through the door she was going to shoot the lock off if he didn't open it. She fired. The bullet went through the door and hit David Barron in the torso. He died. What follows in this interrogation is one of the most psychologically complex cases we have covered on this channel. Not because of premeditation, not because of a calculated cover story, not because of the chilling calm we've seen in other cases, but because of something almost opposite. Suzanne Mericle is falling apart in real time. She is crying. She is asking if David is okay every few minutes. She is describing their good day, the Olive Garden, the furniture assembly, the blanket he got her when she was cold. She is saying, "Why did I do that, and I know better, and I've never hurt anybody, and I just wanted my phone back." The question this interrogation forces us to ask is the one that the jury eventually had to answer too. Is this the authentic disintegration of a woman who did something catastrophic by accident? Or is it something more complicated than that? Because here is what the prosecution said at trial. That she didn't shoot at the lock. That she shot directly through the door toward a man she could not see. That afterward, before she called 911, before the police arrived, she cleaned the blood, moved the guns, and altered the crime scene to make it look like David had fired back at her. The judge called her the primary aggressor who had multiple opportunities to avoid killing David Barron, and ignored all of them. She was convicted of felony murder. She was sentenced to life in prison. Under Georgia law, she will not be eligible for parole consideration until she is 93 years old. But understanding how we got there, the psychology of what happened in that house, and what happened in that interrogation room, is the entire story of this case. Let's start at the beginning.
My name's Matt. You like to be called Suzanne?
Yeah.
Okay, and my friend Danielle here, she's coming in with me. And here's some tissues. Okay, she needs some tissues. Would you like a water?
I have some.
You have some water? Okay. Thank you very much.
Yes, no problem.
Thank you for coming up here to talk to me. Like I said, it's much better. It's daylight, it's warm. And I'm gonna get you out of there and we can calm down and figure out what happened instead of watching everybody run around. So, I just want to get to know a little bit about you first. Your name is Suzanne.
Yeah. You know, he's okay.
I'm waiting on a call back from I talked to a nurse on the ER, and she's going, they were getting with a doctor back there in Toronto. They were doing surgery or something, so I'm waiting on
Is
that.
he alive, Joe?
If I'm waiting on that phone call, honestly, I cannot. So we will know.
There was so much blood. I've never. God.
It's okay.
It's not okay.
No, it's very, I'm not saying it's,
I know. It's just, it's everything's just been happening.
yes.
Just one thing after another. I just ask me. I got it, you know, I'm deaf, and so I can't hear. So
Which ear, do you hear better out of one ear than the other?
I have a hearing aid, so that's the.
Is your hearing aid in?
Yeah, I got it in now.
Okay. Well, honestly, right now, I know your name's Suzanne. I've never asked your last name.
Mericle. Suzanne Mericle.
Is that Suzanne?
S-U-Z-A-N-N-E, and then my last name is Mericle.
Okay. All right. And what's your birthday, Suzanne?
I'm 61.
And what's the telephone number for you? Where are you from?
I'm from St. Simon's Island.
Are you actually from St. Simon's Island? Then what brings you to this area?
We bought that house in October together.
Mm-hmm. So, just so I know, I haven't asked you this either. Who is we?
That's David.
David?
His name is David Barron.
Barron?
And
What's his first name?
David.
David's his first name?
And his last name is Barron. Barron.
Okay.
And he's my boyfriend. We're not married. We just bought a house together.
Yes.
And we bought it in October.
I'm 24.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where'd y'all move here from?
He's from Atlanta.
Okay.
And so he lives here in Atlanta. And I live on St. Simon's. And we met each other like in 2019. Like we dated. And then it just didn't work out. I had a daughter that was graduating, and I just wanted to, I felt like I needed to spend time with her, you know. And so we kind of talked a little bit in the years between, and then we got back together last year, 2024, about April.
Okay.
And we started dating.
Yes. So, and then you moved up here in October, that house?
Yeah, we decided, he kept telling me he wanted to marry me, and then he wanted us to get a house, and so we found that house, and we bought it in October.
Okay.
And then he lives there full time, and I just come like on Thursdays, and I go back Sundays, or I get up at 3 early Monday morning and drive back. 5.5 hours.
Oh, so you still have a residence in St.
Yeah, I'm a dentist there, so I'm a dental practice there.
You mean actual, okay, that's interesting, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then you said you have a daughter that's graduating.
No, this was in 2019.
Previous
So I
witness
have
daughter?
3 children.
Okay.
They're already out of college and they have jobs.
Yes. Okay. And then, I guess they still live down in St. Simons also? Where do they live?
My oldest one lives in Atlanta.
Mhm.
And then my middle one lives in New York. And my younger one lives in Birmingham.
Okay. So, what are their names?
Mills is my oldest.
Mm-hmm.
And he's an attorney in Atlanta. He's married. And then McLean is my middle son, and he works on Wall Street in New York. And then my daughter is Mary Madden.
Mary? Okay.
Mary Madden. And she's 24. And she went to Auburn, and she works in Birmingham.
Okay, so they're good, yes. Then you and David, you said y'all got back together in April?
Yeah.
Okay. How'd y'all get back together?
I saw his name on some app or something, and I just texted him and said, "Hey, how are you?"
Mm-hmm.
And then he said, "Hey," he said, "How are you?" And he goes, he thought I got married.
Yeah.
And I said, "No, I didn't get married." And then we just kind of talked a little bit, and then he asked me to go to lunch with him, and we did. And then
Okay. What app was that?
she's like WhatsApp.
What was it? WhatsApp?
Mhm.
Okay. Yes. And then that then, and then what does he do?
He's the vice president of, it's called PM Technology.
Mm-hmm.
And so they do projects, manage projects, like mostly like Delta Sky Club and
Okay.
all that. And so
Yes.
he does that. And one of his sons, someone needs to call his
I
children.
want to. So you said one of his sons.
Yeah, one of his sons works with him.
Okay. How many sons does he have?
Two,
Two? Any daughters? What are his sons' names?
his daughter-in-laws. His older son is Evan, and he's married. He has 3 children.
Mm-hmm.
And then Colt. And we're supposed to go to dinner with him tomorrow night.
Okay. So to get their phone numbers in here in a little bit,
It's all in my cell phone.
what's your passcode?
One.
Okay. What about David's? Do you know his? You don't know his passcode?
You don't want me to know this.
Okay. All right. So you're here, and it's very important to me that you're here. You've already said some stuff about why you're here, and that really has me interested. I really want to know everything. Everything. But before you can tell me that, because I have you here and you don't know the way out of the building, like I said, I want to read something to you, okay? And, but I just want to preference what you have to tell me is very important, okay? So it's basic stuff, you've heard it before. You're not under arrest. It's just circumstantial stuff, okay? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him present with you while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you for any question if you wish. You can decide any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. But I'm preference that with what you have to say is very important to me. I want to
So
know.
should I get a lawyer?
Right now, you have no reason to have one, but what you say is very important to me.
Just, I told you, it's just been a bad experience here since I moved here.
One thing, will you just sign right, place your name right here, just write your name, however you write it, and then just your initials. I have a pen for you. Oh, your glasses. Just initial those, that's each bullet point, you can reread it, same thing I said. If you place your name on the bottom, yeah. Thank you. And so, bad experience.
Well, it was Valentine's weekend, and we got in a fight about the same thing that we got in a fight about tonight. And I ended up getting a DUI. I left. We got a big fight, and he told me to leave or he was going to hurt me. And I tried to talk to him and tell him I didn't want to go and just let it be. And he sat on the steps and told me to go. And I did have some drinks that night, but it was like 6 something, because we'd been working all day. I fell asleep about 5. I had like a drink at 6 after I didn't drink it all. And then we went to dinner, and then I had about a drink and a half there. And we went home. And then we watched a movie, and the movie probably lasted until like 11, and then he fell asleep in the chair. And I got up, took my medicine at night, my hormone medicine, and I looked right, and I took half a Benadryl, and then I lay down, and I couldn't go to sleep because we had a big fight, and he came, after I got all that, he came in there, and we got in a huge fight. And then, like he did again, he was going to go up the stairs, and so I went upstairs. I laid there for about 3 hours. I couldn't go to sleep, so I thought I was going to go on to St. Simon's, because I usually get up I usually leave between 3 and 4 anyway. So I got up, got dressed, got all my stuff and put it in my car. And then I went upstairs and knocked. He had the door locked. I knocked on the door and I said I was leaving. And then I got the rest of my stuff and put it in the car. So I walked back in and I was going to tell him goodbye. And he was sitting on the steps, on the second flight of steps. And he said, "Good, get out of here," or whatever. He didn't try to talk to me and stay. And so I left. And I had 3 major surgeries last year. I was sick. And I got assaulted. And I got my head slammed in the refrigerator and I got a concussion. So I was leaving. And, our road is like real curvy. That's Steve Rogers. I mean, I was fine driving. There was a man and his dog. I saw all that. I mean, I wasn't intoxicated, and cause I had drinks, like maybe 3 in all, and it was before 11 o'clock, and then I didn't have anything. And I went, and I've done this twice. So it's like a kind of like had a brain fog or something, and all of a sudden I was driving the wrong way, and I was like, and then I realized I was driving the wrong, and I was like going over to the side to get off, and like 4 police cars came flying up to me, and I was trying to find my phone to call David to let him know that something's wrong with me, and my hearing aid went out. I was trying to find my purse to get a battery, and the police came up, and I was in that Porsche. And they were like, I don't know if they were shining their lights at me, or I don't know, I couldn't even, it was happening so fast. And I couldn't tell what they were screaming, and I cracked open the door, and it was either stay in your car, get out of your car, and I didn't know, and I was sitting there, so I just started getting out gradually, and that policeman asked me, I think he asked me, and I said, what? I couldn't really hear him. They never asked me if I was hearing, and he grabbed me and just put handcuffs on me, and then the guy said she hit something, and there was nothing wrong with my car. Like when I picked it up the next day, I couldn't really tell what she was saying, and it was just, and they put me in the back of the police car, and the handcuffs were like just killing me. They were just like all over me, and I asked them if they could help fix them, and they said we'll be there in a minute. And the one guy got out, and then I got out of the car, and they said he said I was obstructing my arrest or whatever, and I couldn't hear what they were saying. He asked me about a chemical, and he said I refused the chemical. I didn't know what he was talking about, And so then a woman officer came up, and she pushed me up and slammed me up against the wall, and then a black officer put his foot on my foot, and I said, why? And he said, I wouldn't be still. I don't know. I was out of it. The whole thing was just crazy, and then they put me in the jail cell, and they made me get on my knees, and they pushed my back down, and they flipped my shoes off and left me there on the floor. And then I stayed there till 3 o'clock the next day.
Sorry to hear about that.
And it was not good. So I had to go today and get a provisional license. I have a blow thing. I have to blow in my car. And he was. We're fighting about. When I met him in April, I had just broke up with a boyfriend like in February or whatever, and we talked about. This is way off the subject.
No, I want to know what you're fighting about.
Just so I asked him like if he was seeing anybody, and he said he wasn't and everything. And then we got together, and then he got mad because my ex kept calling me, and then we broke up a little bit. Then we got back together, and then we decided to get a house together and all that. And I kept asking him. Well, this whole time he'd been seeing a woman in Romania, and he sends her money every month. And then in August he signed a lease to pay for her daughter's apartment or something. I don't know. And then I saw a lot of texts on his phone, and so I don't know his code, so he didn't want me to know it, and now I know why. And I just tried to avoid it, and then we got to fight, because I did see it one time, and she was texting him, and I just said, I'm too old for this. I live there, and then, he asked me to get back with him. And then I realized, I didn't know he was sending money until January. And that was another big fight. We keep getting in these fights because of this woman. So we got a fight that night that I left, and then tonight, so we got a fight about, and he went into the bedroom and got some stuff because he's going to sleep upstairs, and he got his gun out. And I said, why are you getting your gun out? And we went to the kitchen, and he said, I just want it for protection. And I said, okay. And so he said, take the strap off the gun. So I took the strap off. And he said, this is what you need to get on your gun, because I don't have a strap around my gun. And then he said, is this gun to you? He said, put it in your hands and hold it, because I have to take lessons. And he told me if that gun fits my hand. And then he took the gun and he took his briefcase and took it on his shoulder. And then I asked him to come, don't go upstairs, just talk about it. And try to not be mad at each other and just talk about it normal. And he said he didn't want to. And we had cooked eggs and bacon for dinner. We had that. We were watching a movie. Everything was fine. He fell asleep in a chair, and I woke him up. And that's when we got in a fight. And then he got all the stuff. So that happened beforehand. And then I got up on the steps, and he was down there. And I was just asking him not to go sleep up there. Just tired of fighting with him about it. And I said that I'll make a pact that I won't talk about it anymore. And then I said, but it sounds so stupid of what's happened. I just said, I'm not. I said, I'll fight for a relationship. I said, I'm not. He's like, you got your man on things on limbs, and, you know, it's. And then, we just started saying things to each other. And he said, because my ex-boyfriend assaulted me last August. And he said, no wonder, they started saying, no wonder your ex beat you up. And he started saying mean things to me. And I said, he said, did you slap him? I said, no, I didn't slap him. He's like big. And he said, did he slap you like this? And he hit me right. He hit me right across here. And then he took that gun and put it right. He said, I'll shove this down your throat.
We are 22 minutes into this interrogation and Suzanne has given the detective something unusual. Not a clean alibi. Not a carefully managed account. She has given him her whole life, her dental practice, her 3 children, her medical history, the DUI from Valentine's weekend, the fight about the woman in Romania, the good day they had today, and then the argument, and then the gun. She has given him almost everything. And what she has given him is already beginning to contradict itself in places. Let's talk about what is psychologically happening in this opening section, because it is more complex than it first appears. The first and most important psychological question in this interrogation is one that the jury spent 2 days deliberating over. Is Suzanne Mericle's emotional state in this room genuine? On the surface, her presentation is one of the most emotionally activated we have seen in this series. She cries throughout. She asks repeatedly whether David is alive. She describes their day with the specific warmth of someone who cannot believe that a day that started at Olive Garden ended here. She says, "Why did I do that?" with the quality of someone genuinely bewildered by their own behavior. Compare this to the presentations we have studied in this series. Chris Watts didn't cry. Richard Allen managed his emotions with strategic precision. Linda Polk navigated around responsibility with carefully constructed explanations. Russell Williams was almost affectless until the moment he chose disclosure. Suzanne Mericle is none of those things. Her emotional dysregulation is consistent, sustained, and physiologically present in ways that are very difficult to fake over an extended period. The crying, the shortness of breath, the fragmented sentences, the constant circling back to David, none of this has the quality of a performance. But here is where forensic psychology requires us to be precise. Genuine emotion does not equal innocence. A person can be genuinely devastated by the outcome of an act they intended. A person can be in authentic grief about a death they caused deliberately. These are not mutually exclusive states. The question is not whether Suzanne is genuinely upset. She almost certainly is. The question is whether that genuine upset is the whole story. In the first 22 minutes, Suzanne gives the detective, and us, the complete context for what happened that night. And that context is psychologically important. She is 61 years old. She has had 3 major surgeries in the past year. She was assaulted by an ex-boyfriend. She got a concussion when David slammed her head into a refrigerator. She was arrested for DUI in February under circumstances she describes as confusing and frightening. She lives 5.5 hours away from the house she bought with David. She drives back every Monday at 3 in the morning. She is a woman who has been running on fumes, physically, emotionally, and practically, for months. And the central wound underneath all of it is the woman in Romania. The Romania situation is not a trivial detail. Suzanne had asked David repeatedly, before they bought the house together, whether he was seeing anyone. He told her no. She found out in November or December that he had been sending money to a Romanian woman and had signed a lease for her daughter's apartment. He had been financially supporting another woman the entire time they were rebuilding their relationship. For Suzanne, That is not just a relationship betrayal. It is a specific kind of betrayal, the kind where you ask the direct question and were lied to directly. Where the trust that made a major financial and life commitment possible was systematically violated. That wound had been festering for months. And on the night of March 7th, it came up again. Suzanne's account of how the night escalated is psychologically instructive because of its specificity. They had a good day. Olive Garden. Furniture assembly. A movie. He fell asleep in the chair. She woke him up. They started arguing, triggered, again, by the Romania situation. And then things escalated rapidly. He went upstairs with his gun. He put the gun to her lips. He threatened her. He told her not to close her eyes tonight. She got her own gun. He went upstairs and locked the door. She followed. She shot through the door. This sequence, whatever its precise accuracy, describes an escalation that moved from argument to weapons to fatal outcome in what appears to have been a short window of time. The speed of that escalation is itself a psychological data point. Whatever happened in that house, it did not happen over a long period of calm calculation. It happened fast, under conditions of extreme emotional activation, in a relationship already saturated with unresolved betrayal and prior incidents of physical violence. That context does not make David Barron responsible for his own death. But it is the psychological soil from which this night grew.
And come to get out of his way. He told me, don't go to sleep. So I said, I'm leaving. But I was scared to leave because I had a couple drinks. I mean, I've been intoxicated, but I had a drink and then I had one drink and then I was still drinking a drink when all this happened. So I went and got my gun, and I don't know why I got my gun. I was going up the stairs. He said, he said, I got your phone and your journal, and I was going up the stairs to get them. Is he okay?
I'll learn that here in a minute.
All the sounds are just stupid.
It's okay.
I was coming back up the stairs because he'd never gotten like this, ever. I mean, he's pushed me a few times, and I don't know if I should tell you everything.
Well, the more you tell me, it helps me understand what happened.
God, please help. I'm about to throw up. I just need to know how he is.
We'll find out in a minute. So what happened when you went up the stairs?
It was like, I don't know if he shot the gun or if he slammed the door, but something like went flying. I don't know, something was really loud. And then he said he had my journal and my gun, and he locked the door when I got up there. And I told myself, I'm going to shoot the lock off if you don't open the door and give me my gun. Give me my cell phone. And I stopped the lock. And he must have been standing right there. He must have been right there. I got down on my knees. I tried to go where I was, and then my phone was right there, and I picked it up. I called 911. I couldn't even talk. And how is this happening? I'm just a normal woman. I can't remember if a woman or a man answered it, but I couldn't talk. She was asking me my name, and then she said they were sending somebody, and they didn't. And then I called again, and they said, can you go downstairs? And that's when I slipped.
What do you mean you slipped?
I slipped on all the blood, trying to go over him. And like blood was everywhere. I got him. I was trying to shoot the lock off the door. I don't know why I did that. I know better than that.
So.
He said he had my phone and my journal. And he was going through it.
So, can I ask a couple of questions then? Which gun was yours?
Mine's the Glock.
The Glock's yours?
Yes.
And the Beretta's his? Or
I don't know what kind he has, but.
So, he had your phone and your journal?
That's what he said. He said, I got your phone and your journal.
Okay. What color is your phone?
Mine's blue.
Blue?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then.
Mine was out. I think mine was outside by my gun right there.
Okay.
Yes, it was laying in the bedroom, and I picked it up. I don't know. And that's when I called 911. Mm-hmm. And then I was trying to call my sister, and she wouldn't answer. I was sitting right there by him.
And then your journal. What does your journal look like?
Just a black book.
Was there something there you didn't want him to see?
No, I mean, just my personal stuff. I mean, just what I write in every day. I mean, I don't care if he looks. I don't care if he looks at my phone. If there's nothing in there, I don't care. But he just told me. He said he told me that he put his gun on my lip and said, I'll shoot your brain out and blow us in the throat. That's when I said, I've got a gun too, David. But why did I shoot the lock? Why was I going to shoot the lock off?
So when he stuck his gun in your mouth, you know what I'm saying?
No, he stuck it to my lip.
Oh.
No, he didn't put it in my mouth. No, he put it right on my lip.
And what did he say?
Either he said, shove this, blow my head up, or shove it down my throat, or I can't remember what he said.
Okay, but that was on the stairs.
That was before this, right? I was standing on the floorboard. I was standing on the stairs. Yeah, I was standing on the stair.
Where was he? Like the kitchen area?
Huh?
Were we on the bottom of the stairs at this point? Was he in the kitchen area?
It was right in front of the stairs.
So the bottom of the stairs or the middle plane is?
No, the bottom,
Okay.
the bottom.
Yes,
I was on the stair step right there.
okay.
Oh,
Now,
this sounds so,
so where was his gun at when he got it?
oh, it was in the bedroom.
Where at?
When you first got the gun out,
Mhm.
it was in that top drawer by the bed.
So bedside table?
Mhm.
Which side of the bedside on?
Yes, on the left side.
Left side facing? Okay. And where was your gun?
Mine was in the closet.
The master bedroom? Where the closet?
Yeah, mine was in the closet.
Where at the closet?
It was just sitting out here, like behind my jewelry box.
Hmm.
Why did I touch it? I know better. I wasn't trying to shoot him. I was just blowing him. I was trying to. And I told him, I said, if you don't open the door, I'm going to shoot the lock off, David. I don't know why he walked over there.
What, can I ask you another question, a little off topic? We pull your sleeve up just a little bit, I see something on you. What's that from?
I think when he grabbed me, I think my bracelet must have.
What about this?
Where he grabbed me
Tonight or?
tonight. Yeah.
Has it happened another time?
That he grabbed me.
Mm-hmm.
St. Simon's where I live.
Yes. When was that?
In, I think it was in January.
January? Okay.
The police, someone called the police.
Did they?
And the police came.
So what's your address in St. Simon's?
Well, is he okay?
I'll make a phone call here.
I've never saw anything but a deer. All I was trying to do is shoot the lock off. I didn't mean to hurt him. I've never hurt anybody. I love him. Oh my God, how did this happen?
So so what, you said you had how many drinks?
Oh, I had one drink, and then he made me another one, and I only whatever's left on it at the table.
What were you drinking?
I had a vodka and tonic.
Vodka tonic? Was he drinking also? What was he drinking?
He was drinking. He was Jack Daniels, and then he was some beer.
Okay. How much did he have?
I don't know. He started drinking about. I was taking a nap.
Okay. So I want to back up a little further than what we talked about then. So when did you come here from St. Simon's this trip?
Thursday.
Thursday night? Okay. What did y'all do today then?
Today, well, we went to that Smart Start thing to get my device to work because it messed up, it locked or something. And then we went to the driver's license to get me a provisional driver's license. I have a DUI. I've never had one in my life. So it's crazy. So then, after that, we went to the Olive Garden and got lunch. And everything was great today. And then we came back and then we put some chairs, all that stuff in the living room. We were putting chairs together.
Yes. I said, just say yes, I saw it.
And then I said I was going to lay down, and he said he didn't want to. And I said, okay. And then he went got a blanket for me. He came in and said, are you cold? And I said, a little bit. And he got a blanket and put the blanket on me. And then he said, and I got up. He said, you were sound asleep in there. And I said, yeah, I was tired. And then I got up and got on my computers and all my stuff and was sitting there writing some stuff and mostly writing about the furniture and, and everything was fine. And then he fell asleep in the chair. We were watching a movie and I said that I was going to go to bed and I wanted to wake him up. And then I don't know how we started, how the argument started.
So what movie were you watching?
Ronald Reagan.
Ronald Reagan? And then you woke him up, and then
I said, hey, I said, it's whatever time it was, I don't even know what time it was. I said, hey, maybe it was 11, something. And I just said, hey, I said, the movie's over. I said, I'm gonna go ahead and go to bed, come on. And he said, he wasn't ready to go to bed yet. And I said, okay. I said, I'm gonna go in there and put on my pajamas and brush my teeth and get my stuff ready for bed and take my medicine. And
okay.
And then he came in there. Susan brushed his teeth. And then we just started arguing.
No reason why you started arguing this time?
Because we were talking about him giving her money.
What's her name?
Her name was Lilia.
Lilia?
Lilia.
Lilia?
I don't know. Lilia.
So, you said she's Romanian? Does she live in Romania or does she live in the States?
She lives in Romania.
Okay.
And he told me that he met her. It all seems so bad to talk about. I need to know if he's okay.
We'll find out in a minute.
I mean, I've never shot. I shot somebody.
We'll figure that out in just a second. Okay. So then, how much money is he sending her a month?
He pays like $3,500 for an apartment for his daughter, which I was like, that's fine. When I thought they were poor and that he was helping her out, and he really does have a good heart. I mean, I help people out a lot, but then I found that he was sending her money, and I found that it was not that. They're very wealthy.
When did you find this out?
Because his son told me that he was sending her money 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, and that he found out, and he said, this has got to stop. His son did. And one night I called his son because his dad was drunk, drinking, and I took his car keys from him, and he got mad and pushed me. And I called, but I was scared. I locked myself in the closet. And he knew, and I took the car keys, so he was like looking everywhere with the car keys, and so he like threw all my stuff everywhere in the closet, and I was just in the corner.
When was this?
This was probably in like a month after we moved into that house, like in November, December. Well, what happened is we were going to a furniture store that afternoon, and he asked me to give him directions to the store. And I said, okay. And I started looking up, and I said, hand me your phone and I'll hook it up to your car so it'll go on your, so I don't have to give him the directions. I said, so hook up. And he handed me his phone, and that's when I saw this text from her. And I said, just seems so weird talking about this, all this stuff. God, please let it be okay, God.
Was this mentioned in tonight's argument? Was she mentioned in tonight's argument?
Oh gosh, yeah, that's the only thing we argue about.
Yes.
Everything was, I mean, like before we bought the house, we sat down over and over and I talked to him and said, you know, is there anybody, I said, I mean, I can't believe you're a good looking guy, you're this, and he's like, well, so are you. I said, yeah, but I've had my share. I mean, I've had my share. I said, yeah. He said, no, I haven't been with anybody, I'm not involved with anybody, and because I didn't want to buy, my sisters were never telling me not to buy the house, not to buy it with him. And I did it, and now I know it was a bad, you know, it wasn't, I mean, he said he's stopping and all that, but it just hurt me really bad, you know, but I mean, I've been hurt before, but I mean, I told him, we were talking about tonight about sitting down tomorrow and let's make a pact about it. And let's just not talk about it anymore because it just doesn't fit right with either one of us. But then after that, then he like started saying other things like just being mean, just saying stuff, I guess. Just saying, like about that ex-boyfriend of mine, you know, and just not enough to do not enough to, it wasn't like I don't know, it wasn't like
So, I'm gonna skip a little bit now, and I'm gonna go, so when he went up to the room, did he physically call you up there, or how did he get you to come up to the room?
We were downstairs, and then he said he was going up the stairs, and he had his briefcase on his shoulder. He had his gun, I think. I'm not sure. He has a gun in one hand, and then the carry thing, whatever. And he had one more thing in his hand. And he turned around to me and said, "I'll let you close your eyes. We're going to sleep. Close your eyes if I was you."
What?
And he said, I won't go to sleep or close. I can't remember what he said. And he said, "I'll hurt you." He said, "I'll hurt." He said something that made me say, "I have a gun." And I went and got my gun.
So, were y'all on the stairs when he said that? So then, you went and got your gun?
And he said, "David, don't threaten me." And I said, I'm gonna call 911.
Then, did he finish going up the stairs to the room at that point?
So then he went up the stairs. And then I stayed downstairs. And then I realized my phone was gone.
And then?
I started going up the stairs. And I said, "David, where's my phone? Where's my whatever?" And then I don't know if he shot the gun or they slammed the door, whatever. But when I got up there, the door was locked. And I said, "David," I started knocking on the door, banging on the door, "David, give me my gun, give me my gun. No, give me my cell phone, give me my cell phone." And then I said, I'm gonna shoot the lock off.
So how many times did you shoot your gun?
Just one time, I think.
You think?
I think just one time.
Just once?
I think, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I can't remember. I don't even know why I did it. I mean, I know better. I know the safety. I know. He was standing right there.
So afterwards, After this whole thing, did you pick up the shell casings or anything?
No. You know, when we were downstairs, he said, honey, he said, is your gun, he wondered if my gun was loaded. I said, yes, in the closet. He said, do my gun. Somebody, however you, I don't know, like you did that, and I did that, and 2 or 3 of the casings came out, and I picked them, and he told me to flush it down the toilet. He said, I said, what do you want to do? He told me to pick it up. That was downstairs, though. That was downstairs in the bedroom.
Did the gun go off any of those times?
No, not downstairs. Downstairs? No, no guns were shot downstairs. And my gun, I only took it and I said I was going to shoot the lock off, and I didn't realize I fired it, and I fired it. I think it only went off. I think I just did it one time. When I did it, when I shot it scared me, and then he made a loud noise.
So, you only think you shot yours one time, and you don't remember, did he shoot his at all? Or you just heard a loud slam of the door?
When I was coming up the stairs, I heard something. I don't know if he shot the gun or if he slammed the door.
So you only heard one loud thing?
But then my loud thing. I think I only shot mine one time. God, I hope
So after that, once you shut the door, did you pick up that little shell casing anywhere?
I didn't pick up mine.
You didn't pick up yours?
Not that I remember.
Okay.
No, not that I remember. I didn't.
Okay.
I shot it, and then I heard him. And I was screaming his name. David, eventually I thought,
Then
I didn't hit him. And I started screaming. I started screaming his name, and I was banging on the door, saying, open the door, open the door, open the door. And he wouldn't open the door, and I was hitting it and banging it, and he wouldn't open. And so I ran down the stairs, and I ran in the garage, and his toolbox was right there, and I was trying to think, what can I, so there was a hammer, and I picked it up, and I brought it up the stairs, and I just started banging on the door.
What color is the toolbox?
Maybe red. He had it out today because we had to start my car off. It's either red or yellow. Red. It's right there, like when you came out of the garage. He has a toolbox sitting right there.
Okay.
Yeah, because we were over there today because he jumped off my car.
Yes.
I mean, we're not a bad couple. We're not a bad. He's not bad. He really is not. And I'm not bad, but.
Nobody said you are.
I know, but how does this happen? I know not to shoot a gun at a damn door. I know that. I didn't have to do that. I asked him to give me my phone. I asked him to give me my phone. I told him, I said, I'm going to shoot the lock off if you don't give me my phone, David. And that, how am I ever going to live with myself?
So you said you had to go down to get your gun and go back up. Where
No,
did
I didn't. I never went up
No.
until I had my gun.
Where did you get it from?
My gun?
Yeah, where was it at?
In the master closet.
In the master closet. Is it in a safe or anything there? Just, okay.
I just bring it with me when I travel.
Okay.
Can you tell me anything about him, please?
I'll go call it here in just a second.
When the police came to my house on St. Thomas
When was that?
in January,
In January?
he took me outside.
What is your address down there?
Well, my address is, I use my office address for everything, but
Okay.
my house address is 10 Marina Drive.
And that's where they came to, was 10?
They came to the Seagate Inn.
The Seagate Inn?
It's a hotel. And I was staying there. And they came there. Somebody called the police because they said they could hear him yelling, and the police came, and then he took me outside and asked me what happened. And he said, "Did he hit you?" And he said, "What are those marks on your face?" And he told me that I should call the police and press charges. And I said no, and then he left. Then the police left, and then David left.
Did they have him leave?
Did
the police have him leave, or did he leave on his own?
No. I told the police everything was okay. We told them it was okay, and they came in and talked to us, and then he said he was going to leave, and the police said okay.
Okay.
The police left, and then David left, and then I called a friend of mine, and then I went to my condo.
And that was January of this year, 2025?
So, one more question. When you were upstairs, did you, remember how you motioned loading the gun over your, whatever you, did you do that upstairs or downstairs?
I did. No, that was downstairs.
Okay.
I think.
So, then you made a comment about flushing something down the toilet. What did you flush down the toilet?
When those things came out, the bullet things came out.
The fired ones?
No. When he told me to do that to his gun, and I did that.
Yeah.
And a couple of them fell out, and I picked them up, but he told me to flush them in the toilet.
Okay. So my only question now is, obviously I've seen the house.
Yeah.
Right, and there's just some stuff that's not making sense.
Okay.
And first off, I don't see where there's no shell casings from your gun where you would shut the door. I don't know where that would be. Didn't know.
I shot it. I shot my gun.
Didn't know if you picked it up.
I didn't pick it up.
You didn't pick them up.
I didn't have this on, but I didn't. Not that I, when I shot that gun.
Okay.
And I heard him. I think I just dropped the gun.
Yeah.
I don't think I picked up.
You didn't shoot any more times?
Not. If I shot another time, it'd be at the door, but I think I just shot one time.
Okay.
I don't think I shot it again, but I can't promise. I know I shot it one time. And I know, you know what, I shot it, maybe I did shoot it twice. I think maybe I shot higher, and then maybe I shot it lower, I don't remember.
What do you mean shot higher? What were you aiming at higher?
The doorknob was right here,
and
I don't think I shot right at the doorknob. I think I may have shot like a little bit.
Okay.
I don't remember.
What about towards the stairs?
No, I didn't shoot towards the stairs. I shot at the door. No, I shot at the door.
You never heard any? Okay.
I shot at the door. That's the only place I saw it.
Okay. Then, and you didn't touch anything after that other than trying to open the door?
That's all. Just trying to open the door.
What'd you flush?
The things that came, the bullets that came out when he asked me to pull that back.
Which toilet you flush those in?
I think downstairs.
Is it on the
Nothing went on with the guns. I didn't do anything with the gun until I got upstairs.
No, I'm just asking where. So which downstairs toilet? In the master bedroom? Or which one?
Either in the master or the one right there by the door. There's a bathroom by the door.
Oh, I don't know.
Either it was either in the master bedroom I flushed them or in there. Because
Okay.
I was going to throw them out, and the trash, he told me, flush it down the toilet.
Who told you that? David? Okay. So was anybody else in the house tonight?
Nobody was in our house.
Okay. Last question, so it was just you and David?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm racking my brain to see, I'm replaying everything you told me, see if I have more questions, if you want to know what I would. Do you have any more questions right now?
I haven't seen your house. Are there any cameras or anything inside the house or anything like that? Okay. And then I just want to make sure that like I have a timeline of kind of like some events you talked about. So you and David met in 2019. Wasn't a good time because your daughter was graduating and such.
And we went out probably four or five times.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the next couple of years, we saw each other occasionally.
Okay. And then you got back together in April of 2024.
Mm-hmm.
And then y'all bought a house together in October of 2024. And then in January of this year, you found out about the lady in Romania.
Well, I found out in November, December, when we were going
Thank you for correcting.
to the furniture store, and he wanted me to put the address in my phone.
And that was November, December 2024.
You know what? I think it was maybe the end of, maybe it was in, maybe it was Christmas. I think it was around December.
Okay, and then
I was just holding his phone and I just saw the text, and I asked him who that was.
And then in January 2025, the police come to St. Simon's Island because someone called about.
Well, in January is when the police called, and someone called the police. They came to my Seagate place and said someone heard it screaming, and then they left, and then David left. No, yes, wait a minute, no, yes, that's what happened, yes, that's what happened. Wait a minute, hold on. That's the night my friend, no. I think that was, the police came was in December, because they came, and then my friend, a couple they came over and followed me to my other condo. I unlocked the door because David could get into the Seagate when there was a code.
Okay, and then that was in January, and then you said a few weeks ago, I don't think I got that date, there was an incident here, but you got arrested for DUI when you left?
Yes.
Okay, one thing you mentioned, and I'm just trying to figure out if you and David were together at that time. You said last August you were assaulted by an ex. Was that August of 2024, or did you mean 2024?
August, last year.
So
August
2024. So were you and David not together at that time?
We were.
Oh, you were?
Mhm.
Okay.
Me and my ex live in the same condo building. I own mine and he rents it.
Okay, now I understand.
She asked about video stuff. Who has access to the Ring camera?
The who?
The Ring camera on the door?
We don't have it set up yet.
It's not set up at all, it doesn't record as...
It's most of it's sitting on the table.
Oh, there's one like on the door.
Yeah,
It's recorded.
I don't think it's not set up.
Okay, okay.
There's there's one that's on the table that
Yeah.
he was trying to work on to set up.
Okay. I just saw the one on the
Can you tell me anything about it?
Yeah, I'll go find out. I will go find out. Give me 1 minute and I'll find out. They should have let me know by now. Oh, I do have a lot more questions, okay? Still waiting, the hospital's good.
But is he alive?
I'm not sure, I don't know. But I've been on the phone with people at your house now, okay? And I'm taking everything you've told me in consideration and trying to convey it to them. So I'm gonna be bluntly about this one, okay? It's not adding up. Right, from what you're telling me.
So tell me what I'm confusing about.
Why there's no shell casings where you say there are, and the gunshots aren't lining up where you say either. And so let's talk about this. Help me understand this one more time. We should explain this again, okay?
Okay.
So he's up. Let's start with going up the stairs. Okay, start there.
Okay. So we're downstairs on the kitchen, by the kitchen. Okay. He has his gun. That's when he takes it out of the casing and asks me if my hand kind of if my hand can go around his gun. He told me to take his cover off the gun. So I did that. There was no gun, nothing got fired or anything. Okay, I pulled that thing back. He told me to pull it back.
Yes.
Okay, that's when 2 or 3 of them fell out on the floor.
Just start pulling it back one time?
No, I pulled it back like 1 or 2 times.
Okay.
Okay, and he told me that like I was gonna shoot like that if I could hold it, and then the casings fell on the ground. He told me I asked him to pick them up, and I was going to throw them in the trash can. He said put him in the toilet, and I put him in the toilet. And I think I put it into the master bedroom or that one. We walked back over there, and then that he'd already threatened me. But when he threatened me, he didn't put it. He just touched it to my lips. He didn't put it in my mouth. And then he went up the stairs, and I said, "I have a gun too," because he said, "Don't go to sleep tonight."
Yeah.
And then I went and got my gun. Okay, he was up the stairs. Then he got noticed that he had my phone. So I went up the stairs, and I said, when I went up to the stairs, I got right to the first floor, and then I heard, and it sounded loud, and I don't know if it was a shot or he slammed the door, but when I got up there, the door was locked. And he was in, and I said, "Do you have my phone?" He said, "Yes." And I said, "Open the door now." And I was banging on the door. And he did open it. And I said, "I'm going to shoot the lock if you don't open it." And that's when I put my gun right in the corner of the door. Like where the lock is right there. I think I put it a little bit. And I either put it up and shot, or I know I shot one down because I saw it and it scared me when I did it. I don't know why I did it, but that is, and I didn't touch anything of mine. I shot the gun, I shot it, but I didn't touch, unless, I didn't pick, not that I can remember.
No.
It was so.
So did you shoot anything else then?
No, I didn't shoot anything.
Did you touch his gun?
I'd already touched it. No, I
After you
didn't
shot
touch it. I didn't touch it again.
You didn't touch it after you shot him?
I didn't shoot. Gosh, okay. Well, you said shot him. When I shot the door, you mean?
No, when you shot David.
I know, but I shot the door.
But did you touch your gun after you saw that you
His
shot
gun?
David? Yes.
His gun was right there on the floor with my phone. And I got my purse, and I didn't pick it up or anything.
You didn't pick it up?
I'd already picked it up downstairs.
Okay. So after David was bleeding, you touch it?
I got down on the ground, and I may have pushed it out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
But I got down, and then I was like, I crawled up on his side, and I was trying to lift him up. I don't know.
How was he facing that time?
He was, the only time I saw him, he was flat down, and his face was looking at the window. That's why he didn't move.
So it still doesn't count. Like my biggest concern here is why I have other bullet holes.
Where's the bullet holes at? Mine are only in the.
Well, I don't have shell casings either. Like they were picked up and moved.
I mean.
Are you sure? So let me ask you this. Are you sure that the casings you flushed weren't the shell casings, and when you think they were real bullets? Did you flush the shell casings?
Well, when I do that.
Yes.
When a bullet
After
comes out.
you shot your gun, did you flush the shell casings?
No. After I shot my gun, I heard him go, oh, or something, made a noise.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, oh my God, David. And I'm beating on the door. And then I ran downstairs, and I got the hammer, and I came up and beat till I got a hole.
So, let's talk about the house then in general. Is there any damage to the house anywhere that you've known about?
There was the only damage should be where I shot that the door.
Mm-hmm.
Where would other damage be?
That's what I'm asking you. Trying to make sense of what I've been told about what you're telling me, and I'm trying to make sense of the two.
I don't think. Did he shoot his gun?
I don't think so. You can't tell me he did.
You're
not telling me he did.
I don't think he shot his gun.
But your gun was shot a few times.
I shot my gun.
And all the shell casings have been moved, so I don't know what's going on.
So I didn't touch anything. I shot the gun.
Okay.
And I'm trying, I can't even remember. I stood like God. I stood like that.
Uh-huh.
And I said, David, give me my phone. I said, I'm gonna shoot the door lock. And I'm trying to remember if I shot it like say that's the door lock. I walked right up to the door. I think I put it up here. I can't remember if I shot there, but then I shot it right above the door. I know that.
Okay.
I don't know if I shot it. I think I just shot it more than.
And then you made a comment earlier that you're familiar with guns.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How are you familiar with guns?
I took some lessons.
From who?
From Bill Morgan.
Bill Morgan?
Mm-hmm.
Where's he at?
In Brunswick, Georgia.
Oh, Brunswick?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Does he have a class down there at school, or what kind of business he have?
They have a shooting range,
Mm-hmm.
and he gives lessons there.
Okay.
So I've taken, I've only practiced on a target with my Glock.
How many classes have you taken with him?
Probably about 4, 5.
Okay.
I know better. I know you don't shoot at a door. I know that. I don't know. I would never.
So why did you shoot at the door then?
Because he wouldn't give me my gun. He wouldn't give me my phone back.
Wouldn't give you your phone back?
He had my phone.
Okay. How did you get your Glock?
How'd I get it?
Yeah. How'd you purchase it?
I bought it
Where?
from that tail ride.
Oh, you bought it yourself though?
I have a Glock 9mm and a Ruger 9mm.
What, in that house?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What other guns are in that house?
Huh?
What other guns are in your house here?
The only guns that are in the house, my Ruger's on St. Simon's. I don't think my Ruger's here. Did they find out?
No, they're just
Listen to
so
me.
listen to me, okay?
Yes.
I need you to be completely honest about saying stuff is not adding up.
I'm
And
trying
because when stuff doesn't add up, it gives me more questions,
Okay.
okay? Because if things happen the way they were, what you're telling me before he died, blood.
He died.
If he did die, sit down. If he did, because you're telling me, sit down.
Wait a minute. No, wait a minute.
Before he was shot, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to speak out. Before he was shot, if stuff plays this way, before he was shot, there would not be blood on some of the stuff that there's blood on. But you're telling me certain things happened, and the things you're telling me happened, there's blood on these things that indicate they happened after he was shot. So I need you to be perfectly honest with me about the stage of events of things that happened.
Okay. Trying to think. When I went up there, I'm trying to remember when I put my hand in the hole and twisted the door, and I couldn't push the door open because his body was right there. And my phone, I think he was walking to the door to give me my phone because it was on the floor. But then his gun was right there.
Right where?
He's right. Like when I walked in, his gun was like right by his leg. And the holder, the gun holder was right there.
Where?
On the floor. It was on the floor. It was on the floor. It was on the floor.
Okay.
And then I came in, and he was just laying there.
What'd you move? What'd you touch?
I touched everything. Probably. I mean, I know I did. I started screaming. And I just moved like all over, and then I went to him.
So, you shot the door, shooting him, and you think that is the shot that shot David, time you shot the door.
It was, yeah.
And why did you shoot the door?
To break the lock.
To break the lock? To get in?
Get in.
And why did you want in?
Because I wanted to get my phone.
Okay. And, so,
It was everywhere.
And
I even touched his phone in the back of his pocket. I was like this because his face was here.
Yes.
And I was here, and his legs were here, and his gun was right, like these are his legs. His gun was there, and my phone was there, and then I reached. He was laying flat back, and I touched his phone. I was all over him. I was hugging him. I mean, I was all over him.
Okay.
I didn't even think about anything I was touching or anything.
So-
but my gun is the Glock.
Yes. So let me replay this one more time. You tell me if I understand basically what happened, okay?
Okay.
Y'all had an argument. He went upstairs, locked himself upstairs. I'm skipping some of the details. I'm just focusing on your actions. Locked himself upstairs. You went upstairs trying to get in the room?
Yeah.
You came back downstairs to get a gun?
No.
How'd you-
I only went up the stairs one time.
So you went up the stairs with your gun?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying that.
Okay, remember I said he was going up, so he had his gun out.
Mhm.
After I said he walked upstairs with his briefcase on his shoulder,
Yes.
his gun, and the holder went in. His gun was in one hand, and he had one more thing in his hand, and I can't remember. He had one more thing in his hand.
So, you had a gun in one hand?
He had his briefcase. I remember because he had the gun and the holster were on the kitchen table.
Yes.
When he put the briefcase on his shoulder. He had his gun. And when holster. He may have had my cell phone then. I don't know. I didn't see it with it. And then he told me, he said, I'm gonna take this gun and I'll shove it down your throat or whatever. And he says, do not close your eyes or something tonight. I can't even remember. And I said, David, I have a gun too.
We are now approaching the 1 hour mark and the detective has been patient, allowing Suzanne to build her account in her own register, absorbing the emotion, noting the details. But the story has been developing inconsistencies that he has been quietly cataloging. The shells flushed down the toilet. The specific positioning of the guns. The number of shots she fired, 1, maybe 2, she isn't sure. And the central claim that she was shooting at the lock, not at David. Let's talk about what the forensic psychological picture looks like in this section. One of the most psychologically revealing sections of this interrogation is the description of what happened with David's gun before the shooting. Suzanne describes David showing her his gun in the kitchen, asking her to hold it, to feel whether her hand fit the grip, to rack the slide. She did, and some of the rounds fell out. He told her to flush them down the toilet. This sequence, if accurate, is itself strange. A man in the middle of a domestic argument takes out his gun, asks his girlfriend to practice holding and racking it, and then has her flush the expelled rounds down the toilet. The oddness of this detail has caused investigators and observers to question whether it happened as described. But here is the psychological significance regardless of whether it happened exactly this way. Suzanne is describing a scene in which David initiated the gun handling, in which she was following his instructions, and in which evidence was disposed of at his direction. The function of this detail in her account is to establish that any unusual gun-related evidence in that house can be explained by David's own behavior, and that she was compliant rather than agentive. This is a form of what forensic psychologists call narrative responsibility transfer, describing a sequence of events in which the actions that might appear suspicious were actually directed by someone else. Even in a state of visible distress, Suzanne's account is doing specific psychological work. The centerpiece of Suzanne's account, and the centerpiece of the prosecution's case against her, is the claim that she shot at the lock, not at David. Psychologically, this claim is significant because of what it implies about intent. If she was shooting at the lock, the shooting was reckless, dangerous, negligent, catastrophically unwise, but not aimed at a person. If she was shooting through the door at the man behind it, the legal and moral calculus changes entirely. Suzanne returns to the lock claim repeatedly throughout this interrogation, with an insistence that has a specific quality. She says it not once but many times. I was going to shoot the lock off. I told him I was going to shoot the lock off. Why did I shoot the lock? The repetition is psychologically interesting. Genuine memory of a specific intention, when recalled under stress, doesn't typically repeat itself this many times in exactly the same words. What does repeat itself like this is a statement that someone knows is important and wants to ensure is recorded and remembered. The lock claim is not just part of her account. It is the load-bearing element of her account. Everything else she has told the detective can be true, and the case still turns on where she aimed that gun. The detective has been noting something throughout this session that he eventually raises directly. There are no shell casings where there should be shell casings. There are bullet holes that don't match her account of where she fired. And she is the only person who was mobile after the shooting. Suzanne's responses to these specific challenges are psychologically revealing. She doesn't become defensive. She doesn't show the sudden alertness of someone caught in a lie. Instead, she becomes confused and collaborative. Unless I picked them up and put them in my gray thing, I touched everything in there. This response pattern, offering possible explanations for the missing evidence while expressing genuine uncertainty about whether she did the things that would explain it, is consistent with someone in an acute dissociative or extremely distressed state. In high-stress situations, particularly those involving violence, the brain does not always encode memories normally. Actions taken in the immediate aftermath of a traumatic event are often genuinely difficult to recall with accuracy. This does not mean she didn't clean the crime scene. The prosecution argued she did. But the psychological presentation of her confusion is not the same as the flat denial or strategic management we see in fabricated innocence. She is genuinely uncertain about parts of what she did. And that uncertainty is itself part of the psychological story. Throughout this section, Suzanne returns repeatedly to the history of violence in the relationship. The refrigerator concussion. The incident at the Seagate Inn in January where police were called. The assault by her ex-boyfriend last August. David's threat that if the police ever came again he would hurt her. From a forensic psychological standpoint, this history is important for two reasons. First, it establishes a documented pattern of escalating conflict in the relationship, with police involvement, with physical injury, with a prior incident where Suzanne chose not to press charges. That pattern is consistent with a relationship that had been building toward a catastrophic incident for months. Second, it explains, without necessarily justifying, why Suzanne reached for her gun rather than calling 911 when David threatened her. He had told her what would happen if the police came again. Her recent experiences with law enforcement, including the DUI arrest, had been frightening and alienating. In her psychological framework, the gun felt like the only protection available. This is not a legal defense. It is a human explanation for how someone in a specific set of circumstances makes a catastrophically bad decision.
And that is when I went to go and get my gun. Then I guess when I came back, he was gone. He was walking up the stairs. He was up the stairs. He was already up the stairs.
Yes.
He was already up the stairs. I started coming up the stairs, and I heard a loud noise, and I didn't know if it was, it sounded, I wouldn't say it sounded like a gun time, but it was, I thought he slammed the door and locked the door. I walked up the stairs, I went straight to the door, and I was banging on it for him to open the door. And he said, and he wouldn't, and he opened it. I said, give me my phone. And I think he had my journal, he said too. And I don't care if there's nothing in there but like furniture and just, it's nothing personal. And I said, give me my gun. I said, give me my phone. I'm thinking I'm going to wait. I said, I'm going to shoot the lock off if you don't give it to me. And I was standing right at the door. And I took my gun and I think I only shot it one time, but I may have shot it twice, but they were both aimed at that door.
So you never turned around and shot in another direction?
I never shot in another direction, no.
Okay. And,
all I did was want to shoot and lock off the door.
Okay. And this journal you keep talking about, where was the last place you saw your journal?
It's just a little black book. It was beside me where I was sitting in that chair. It was sitting beside
Downstairs
me.
in the kitchen? I mean, in
No,
the living room?
where I was sitting in those chairs.
How big is it?
It's about like that. And there's something stuck in it too. It may have been sitting beside me. It was sitting either beside me or, and my 2 laptops are right there.
Okay, yes, okay. You got anything right now?
Hey, I called you back.
No, I haven't.
Well, you promised that was you misspoke.
No, I don't know. I mean, you said you shot, and I assume. I'm sorry. We worked several. Like, when I think of that,
I know.
I thought
I didn't. I thought the door. I didn't shoot him.
Just looking over my notes real quick.
So is this not your journal?
That's it.
That is your journal?
That's it.
Okay.
It's not really a journal. It's just a book. But I went up there to get my phone. Why did I bring my gun up there?
So you went up there and got your phone, and earlier you said, like, you didn't care that David,
Hmm.
earlier you said you didn't care that, David looked in your phone or your journal or anything. Like, if
Yeah.
he had it, I mean, why threaten to, shoot a lot?
I wanted my phone. I mean, now I think about it. I think about it now and I'm thinking, my God, why did I do that? Get my phone back,
Mm-hmm.
But I said, David, open the door. I will shoot the lock off. No, I shouldn't have done it. I'm just about to die. No, I never. I know not to use it. I know that.
What? I'm sorry. What did you just say?
She asked me about why I wanted to get my phone back, and I said I wanted my phone. I mean, I want my phone, and that's all I did. I didn't even have it, and then he said, I felt kind of threatened a little bit, but I didn't get it to shoot the door, really. I don't know why I got it. I mean, and then when I went up there and the door was locked, I was like, David, open the door. Give me my phone back. I banged on the door, and banged on it, and he went open. He said, I have your book too, or journal, or whatever. And I said, David, give me my stuff. I said, okay, I thought he was going to open the door. But there was no screaming, nothing. And I said, David, I'm going to blow the bolt off or the gun or shoot the lock off. No. Shot. I just think I shot it one time, but I don't know. I mean, I feel like I shot a little bit higher, and maybe I shot it, and then I shot low to hit the bolt. Or maybe I just then I put it down. But God, I didn't know. And then I heard him saying like, oh, like he got hit.
What was that?
I said, I don't even know. I just did not bring it. I thought maybe he might be holding the gun, his gun still with me. Maybe like have a shootout or anything. I've never done that. I started carrying it though after I got beat up. That's when I started carrying it everywhere with me.
So here's my problem.
Yeah.
You've explained the gunshot in the door.
Yes.
Okay. You tell me you heard a loud bang. You don't know if that was a gunshot or the door slamming, right? But you think it was door slamming?
I think it's a door. I thought it was the door slam, but I was like on the second.
Mm-hmm.
I was on the second landing,
Mm-hmm.
and then I finished going up, and then I tried the doorknob, and it was locked.
Okay.
And I banged and banged and banged.
So then can you tell me about the holes in the glass behind on the other side of the stairs?
Where? Behind me?
Yeah, at the top of the stairs.
I only shot my gun that way.
Here's the deal.
Yeah.
You shot him there. He fell on the ground there. I don't think he moved from the spot you shot him till the ambulance first responder, till they moved him, right?
No, I didn't move.
I don't think they moved him. So my problem is I have all these things and I have no shell casings. None. So the only logical explanation here is you did something with them.
Why would I? I mean, I told you I shot the door. I mean, why would I move my shell cases?
That's my problem. You shot the door, then I got other bullet holes and somewhere else, but no shell casings, and you're the only one that can actually move at this time to do anything with them.
So I shot my gun,
Mm-hmm.
and there's not a shell case for my gun.
Nope.
I do not remember picking anything up.
Did you pick anything up out of the bedroom?
Not that I remember. I touched probably everything in there, including him. Unless I put him in that I had something else on besides this, but I don't know why I would pick him up. I mean, I shot it right there, and I know where they go. They kind of fling and flop, but unless I picked him up and put him in that my gray thing, but I don't know why I would pick him up.
What gray thing?
I had that outfit. I asked if I could change it. That's what I had on.
Yes. And you think you would have picked him up and put him in there?
I don't know why I would have picked him up, but if I did, maybe they're. I don't remember picking him up.
Okay.
I mean, I never pick him up unless even in the range, I'll sweep him up.
Yes.
I don't pick him up.
Okay. Like I said, that's my one thing that I'm hung up on. When there's nothing there.
I don't recall picking anything up.
Okay.
I can't even.
So when you try to open the door, you
Why did
said,
I take it?
we tried to open the door and he was on the ground. You said the door was hidden by. Oh.
When I was shot, I heard him make this noise. And at first I thought that he was joking around. And I said, David. I started screaming. He wouldn't say anything, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when I ran downstairs and I got that hammer.
So
I reached in under the log, and he was right there.
So it's obvious though that for the gunshots I'm talking about, there's no shell cases to. That's what I'm talking about. But he didn't shoot back through the door at you.
No. No, he didn't shoot at me.
Didn't shoot at you at all?
No, not that I know. No.
Okay.
I mean,
You don't know if he shot at you, right? I'm just, but
if he would have shot, it would have been before I got there, but I no, I don't,
it's just a question.
I mean,
Okay.
how many holes are in the door?
One,
Wait, well,
two,
two
no.
would be two if
What
I shot twice, yeah.
But there's no holes coming the other direction, so I'm just making sure he didn't shoot at you.
He didn't shoot at me. Not, I mean, no. No, and I pushed the door open. And he was laying right there. And I was screaming, David, David, David. And then I just got down on my knees and just,
Well,
I crawled right over him. And I tried to, but he's taking so long that they can't tell you.
well, I'm
he's
here
alive.
talking to you right now, and I have my phone silent, so, do you have any questions? I'm trying to put together what just, because that's the biggest hole. It's why I have gunshots going and something else, and no shell casings.
So where were the other holes?
In the glass?
In the bedroom?
No. In the window?
Well, I only shot to the door.
You only shot to the door?
With my
And
gun.
he never shot, you just heard him slam the door?
You know, my ear.
Yeah.
But it's,
But you didn't hear a couple of gunshots, you just heard one loud bang.
I heard a loud thing.
What you just said, that's what I was going to touch on.
What were y'all screaming at each other on the way upstairs?
No, we didn't scream at all back from the stairs. It was, we screamed and looked, well, not screamed, we didn't scream, but just the argument was right there. Then we walked around the kitchen. That's when he asked me to do his gun. And I thought that was, I've held his gun before.
What? Tell me the reasoning behind that. I find that odd as well.
I don't know. He always talks about my little hands, but
Did you play with his gun in the bedroom?
No.
Afterwards? You
No.
didn't
I
do what you said?
when I got in his bedroom, he was laying on the ground.
So I'm picturing in my head, if you want to know.
I mean, and you know, I can only,
One thing, I don't want to stop and interrupt, but can I take some pictures of your hand? Can I take a picture of your hand?
yeah.
Because I keep seeing this and I don't want to forget about that. Yes, ma'am. Here, just first off, do this.
He went,
Just like that. Here, can we move this up just a little bit more? Thank you. Actually, you know what? Move that out. Get that out of the way.
That's as far as-
Oh, that's far. Then bring it down all the way. Oh, that works. Oh, we'll figure it out. Flip them over, please. Oh, closer together. Closer together. And so these,
where these came from.
you don't know where those came from because they don't look fresh. They don't look.
They're fresh. They were not there this morning.
They weren't there this morning.
No, none of this was.
Go. Let's do this. Flip it back over. Over. Palm over here. Then I want your hand. Open the palm of your hand. Thumb out a little bit. Open the thumb a little bit more, please. Thank you.
That's when I pulled his gun downstairs.
That's from the gun downstairs?
And when I did like that with his gun,
Mm-hmm.
it got my thumb in there.
Oh,
And he said, pull it again.
sounds painful. Yeah.
It got there and there.
Yes. Okay, could that be, you think, where do you think that's from?
You know what, I think when I was telling, remember I reached my hand in that hole in the
Mhm.
door? That's may have been where, because I don't think my bracelet would have cut it. I think maybe when I reached my hand in the
door.
Yeah.
Unlock it.
And then look straight at me for a second, because you made a comment earlier. And
What?
you said you got slapped.
Well, he hit me in the side of my face, but I don't think there's anything. We didn't.
Can I take one more to the other side? Will you move your head back behind your ear, please? Thank you. There. Thank you very much. I'm just wanting to document everything you have, because everything's important.
And then, tonight y'all were arguing about the money and stuff.
We were arguing about. It started out, and just the second time for that, I'm selling my practice. I'm supposed to retire and come here. And then after all that, Lilia said I was going to sell my practice and come here and just practice like sleep apnea. And the other day, he said, the money, what was I planning to do with it? And I said, well, that's part of my retirement. I was going to put it up for my retirement. And he said, well, I think you should put it in the house and cut down on our, we have a big loan. And I said, I'm not putting it in the house. I'm going to put it, because that's part of my retirement. I'm retiring at 62, but that was going into my, part of my IRA and in my 401. He got mad. He said I should put it in the house and cut down our loans, and I told him I wasn't going to, because I put more money down when we bought it. And he got mad, and then tonight he brought that back up about, because he was asking me, he thinks I should get more money for my practice. And I was trying to explain to him, because last year I was real sick, and I had 3 surgeries last year, 3 major surgeries, my colon. And so I was out like 16, 20 weeks out of my dental practice. And it messed up my income, you know, for my, on the other years, some more. And so he thinks that I should ask for more based on those other years. And I tried to explain that's not how you do it. And he got mad. And again, he said I should put it in the house. And then he said something about money, and I said, well, you would have more money to put in it if you wouldn't be giving her all that money. And that, I shouldn't have said that.
So was that said tonight?
And then that brought up her. And then he got really mad. But not, I mean, we don't, that's the only thing we started arguing about a couple months ago. But I mean, it wasn't I don't know how this happened.
So, how much is the loan on the house?
1 point. We bought it for 1.56, and we owe 1.3. And I put down, I put down 200 and something, and he put down 100.
Okay.
And he got mad at me then, because I backed out and said, no, that I'm not doing this again, because I've had that, my last marriage was all about that. I said, no, I'm not going to do that. So I backed out, and so we had to redo the mortgage and everything. And I mean, he had a chance to back out, I had a chance to back out, and we discussed it, and so we reduced how much, he wanted me to put 300 in at first, and I said no, and I backed out. I think it was 250 or 300, and so I said no, and so then we had to change the mortgage and change everything over, and so we have just a big monthly payment, but I mean, I put in my budget to do it before I did it.
And so that kind of started the argument tonight. And then, of course, she came in on it. It's just, I mean, we had such a great day. And last night, what's it, Friday, Thursday, even though we had to go do all that for my that blowing thing, I have to blow in, and he was aggravated with that, and because I can't really blow in it very well, and so he can blow in it, and he wanted to blow in it because he can get it going faster. But
Well, just I'll be right back. Let me check.
please find
I'm
out.
gonna try one more time.
See, he thinks it's dead.
I haven't talked to anybody. He's been on the phone, so I don't even, and to be honest, I haven't been to the house, I haven't been to the hospital. I came in,
I mean, you know, I
to meet with y'all.
I mean, God, I pray. I know better. I know better.
Right.
It was a stupid phone.
There's nothing on that phone that you didn't want him to see.
I mean, this guy was texting me, but nothing, I told him about the guy texting me.
Nobody like you're seeing or anything outside of,
What, you
nobody like you're seeing outside of y'all's relationship.
No, this guy just
We see that all the time, so I'm just asking.
This guy's just, I told him I have a boyfriend, but he sent me some picture. I was like, dear God.
Gotcha.
But,
And who was that?
huh?
What was his name?
I don't want to get him on this.
Oh,
It's Charlie, I think his first name is.
okay.
But, no, but I don't care. There's nothing in my phone. He sees it all the time. I leave it right there. I mean, I have nothing to hide. He knows. And see, that's another thing. We talked about that, so I've had some bad relationships. We talked about that. I trusted him. I told him everything.
Right.
Everything. And he had so many opportunities to tell me about this lady. And he's got a really big heart.
Sounds like he's a great guy.
Huh?
Sounds like he's a great guy from what you've been telling us.
But why did I do that? God, how am I going to tell my children? How am I going to tell these children? I shot him. I shot him. God, please let him. God, please take care of him. Why did I do that? Why did I was gonna leave, but I was scared to leave. Because the last time, there's no way I was intoxicated. I had some kind of brain fog things, but I knew better. Why did I do that? I know not to do that. God. And I said, I'm gonna blow the block off and open the door, David. Why would he walk over there? I think because he knew I wouldn't do it. And I did. And I knew I wouldn't do it either. God, I shot him.
You said that y'all were going on back and forth about the phone at the door, and you were...
No, we didn't go back and forth.
Okay.
No, we didn't. I said, do you have my phone in there? Or whatever. And he said, yeah. I said, give my phone, give my phone, give my phone. That's it. I said, I'm going to shoot the lock off if you don't give me my phone now. Nothing. And so I shot it. My life was just I mean, I got, and the thing when I got arrested is, I kind of had like, I'm seeing a neurosurgeon because they want to see if something from the concussion made me like pass out or have a brain fog or whatever. was. There was no way that, I was intoxicated because, I hadn't really had, I had maybe 3 drinks and all, but they were gone. Started at like 6:30 and last one was like 11:30. And I don't drink heavy drinks.
Right. What were you drinking tonight?
Vodka and tonic.
Okay.
But I don't put a lot of vodka. He made my first one and I was like, whoa. We were sitting there just, we were 3 hours ago we were together. I'm such, I don't even know. I don't even know what to say. I know better. I'm sick. So hot. Why did I take my gun up there? I really thought he was going to be on the staircase waiting for me with his gun. What, we're going to shoot each other? God, I wish I could go back. I would have never, I don't know why I wasn't planning on doing anything. And Taxi was right there with it. I'm just like, I don't think, if you ask me if I'd shoot through the door, I'd tell you no. If you ask me, I think he'd shoot me and say no. But when he put the gun like that and said that to me, he's never done that. And when he hit me in the head, he's never done that. God, I pray he's alive. There was so much blood. I slipped in it. Like David's been in the house all week, but I'm by himself. He's there. He's been in there since last Sunday. He stays there. Just him.
Is he able to work remotely? You said he's a VP for a company. You said he's a VP for a company. Does he work remotely from home, or does he have to?
No, he goes to the office.
Okay.
God, David.
How long has he worked down there? How long has he worked for them?
Like 30-something years.
And how long have you been practicing dental?
34 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you do just general dentistry, or do you have a specialty? Or?
I do general dentistry, but I do sleep apnea and Botox and constipation and implants and God, please, dear God, please. He gets so much. I guess I don't know where I shot him. He's so tall.
How tall would you say he is?
He's 6'4".
6'4".
I don't know what the.
And how tall are you?
5'5".
5'5". That's what I am.
I'll never get this out of my mind.
He'll be back in here in a minute, and hopefully.
God, please take care of him. I'm just going to dinner with the son tomorrow night.
Which son is that?
Cole. They would vomit everywhere. Oh, why did this happen? Why did this happen? I would never hurt him, never. He's just been going through this. I noticed that his ankles are really swollen. And I made him an appointment in January. And he went. The heart never goes to the doctor. Mm-hmm. And he went. They did some tests on him. He just had a heart monitor on. Mm-hmm. He keeps telling me my sons can't believe I finally went to the doctor. He's I'm like, I know. Like you, but like my ex, he got me into his condo. Then he wouldn't let me get out. And I never thought he would do that. I can't believe I shot through the door. And hit him. So stupid. I didn't know. Maybe so I thought he was laying in bed. God, please. If he dies, I'm gonna die. Ever since we bought that house, it's just been like a curse.
What do you mean?
Huh?
What do you mean?
Just everything was just so great, and I don't know, it just seems like we had such a great Christmas there, though. Our family, my family, his family. God, I should just got in my car. I told him, I said, I'm just gonna go. I'll just go and get a hotel room, okay? And he said, you better not go. You won't be able to get your car started. I said, well, can I take your car? He said, no. I forgot about that part. And there's no lock on my bedroom door.
You say your bedroom door, are you talking about the master bedroom or separate?
Be alive. I just want him to be alive. This is just like a nightmare. He really isn't. He really is a good man. I know he just felt sorry for that person. I should just let him keep my phone. Yeah. So stupid. Damn it. Oh, gosh. Wish I could just turn him back the time. I'm scared he's dead. Y'all just afraid to tell me.
I honestly, I don't know. Here's the movements, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So when this whole thing we went through, and you said he put the gun to your lips.
He put the gun right to my lips.
And continued upstairs?
No. You know, is he dead?
So now answer this question first.
No, we were downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
And I was standing on the step at first. I'd already stepped back down because he told me to get out of his way. And he was walking, he was right there. We were both on the floor. We were both on the the floor, not even on the staircase. And he turned around and looked straight at me. My back I was facing the kitchen counter, kitchen island.
Yes.
And he was facing me, and he grabbed my arm.
How? Well, you got bloody hands, but just demonstrate how. Or just,
He just like grabbed me like that.
Oh, shoulder?
He grabbed me and then he hit me.
Your shoulder?
I don't know how he grabbed me. Maybe I was this way. No, I was this way. I was facing that way. I was facing this way. And he grabbed me right here and he said, he put it in my mouth. He said, I'm trying to think. He said, if I tell anybody else about what has happened, he said he was gonna shove it down my throat.
And then from there, you went and got your gun?
And then I said, David, why are you saying this to me? No, we talked. And we still were talking some. And then he said, I wouldn't close he either said, don't close your eyes, or I wouldn't close my eyes tonight. And I said, David, I have a gun too, you know. And I said, I have a gun too to protect myself. And he went up the stairs and I went to the back closet and picked up my gun.
So,
like an idiot.
Yeah, why don't you get your gun instead of
I don't know.
calling police, leaving? I mean, that's an honest question. I just wondered what.
No, I mean, because number one, the police already came that one time and he told me if they ever come again, he will hurt me. And then the incidents I've had with police lately have not been very good.
You're referring to the recent arrest, the recent arrest, which you're referring to.
Yeah, and then when I didn't call the police when he assaulted me. I called in St. Simon's. I called the local sheriff.
Yes.
Because I'm good friends with him. And
so, and then one other thing, the people that were out there first noticed, I've asked you about the shell casing several times, but they said you were actively cleaning the floors with a towel.
Yeah, I did do that. I did clean the floors with the towels. I did do that because I slipped. I forgot about it. I slipped in it, and then I slipped back in the living room, and so I picked up a brown towel I think it was Brown, that was laying in the bedroom, and I did do that. I was wiping things up. I was wiping the blood up. It was everywhere, and I was wiping. I didn't even think about anything. I did do that. The towel was right there, a brown towel, and I started wiping everything. I did do that.
Okay.
I even touched his face. I touched everything.
What'd you move? Do you remember moving anything?
All the stuff that was on my phone, his gun.
Where'd you put his gun?
I think I just pushed it out of the way or something.
Your phone? Where'd you move your phone?
My phone? Then my phone, I picked my phone up to call 911. It was right on the floor. I picked it up to call 911. And then I put it, they said they were sending something away. I put it down, and then I called them again, 911, and then I went and got the hammer when I came back, and I was waiting for the police, and they said, look, I was sitting right there on the stairs, and I picked them, and I called my sister twice, and she didn't pick up, thank God.
What do you mean you went and got the hammer?
Remember I told you?
Yeah, you said that.
No, I already had the hammer. I already got in, sorry. No, when I got in, I picked my phone up, called 911 immediately. Because I tried to feel for a pulse, and I called 911 immediately. And then they said they were sending someone, and then I was like, David, get up, wake up. I was screaming, and then I slipped again, and there was a towel right there, and I did start cleaning it up and wiping my feet were all in it, and I was like, I laid right beside him, and I was rubbing his face.
So, you never shot his gun?
I didn't shoot it.
Have you ever shot his gun?
Never. I've never
shot that gun?
Now, when we were in the kitchen, it was on safety, and he said, can you touch the, I can't even think, I have a license, but can you touch the trigger and hold it up like this to see if my finger would fit? And I said, well, it's a little bit big, but I did it. And I said, I don't think I've ever shot his gun.
Okay. And you don't know if his gun gets shot tonight?
Not that I know of. I mean, he's like I told her, he's there all week by himself,
Well,
I got there.
So let me ask you this. Yes, you got there Thursday night, but you've already told me that when you were playing with the gun, some bullets fell out.
Right, they did. Because the boyfriend, then I turned on, then he said, see if you can touch it.
Yes. But then, was the gun shot after that?
Not that I know of.
I
didn't shoot it.
Okay.
I held it. I pulled that's where that happened. Because I got my.
Show me how that happened.
When I pulled this thing back.
Okay, so you're right-handed, right? So let me ask you this: are you sure you didn't shoot that gun with two fingers on this hand? That's what caused that?
No, that's when I pulled the top back.
How did you do that?
It got pinched in that back part.
What that would happen is when you're holding it. Now that doesn't make sense. Like, how did it happen?
Say this is a gun right here, and he told me to pull that back, and I pulled it back just like like when your gun gets jammed, and I pulled it back, and when it went back, it pinched that part of my hand.
You're saying your hand stayed on it?
Yeah, it stayed on it. I didn't pull it back, I guess, fast enough.
Yeah.
But it got it right there and right there on his gun. I mean, that's happened to me on my gun before.
Okay.
I mean,
yeah, no, it just looks a little odd. It looks like the slide hit it.
That, whatever, when you pull that back, and that's when the bullets came out. And that little piece on the end, I had to yank my hand out of it.
So only one bullet or three bullets came out from one, you said?
Three.
And you flushed them down the toilet? Is that house on septic or sewage?
can accept it.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Do you have any more questions about anything? No? Okay.
I'm not trying to be disrespectful or rude, but I really need to know if he's
I'm trying to figure out all the facts of everything that happened, because what you're telling me is not making sense, and I'm trying
It's
to.
still not making sense?
No, not from what they're telling me they see there.
What, I mean,
I think he shot his gun one time, at least.
that I shot it?
Maybe, I don't know, or shot your gun more than you're telling me. But there's bullet holes where, okay, so if he had the door closed, nobody was shot out of that room, right?
No.
And he was on the ground not doing anything when the door opened, right?
Oh, yeah. When I
So-
pushed the door open, he was there.
And all you heard was loud bang, not multiple loud bangs going on.
The only thing that could happen is he had his gun.
Mm-hmm.
He had his gun with him, so if he shot his gun, he shot that. Before, when I was walking up the step, I heard a loud bang. I think it was the door, but he's the only person that would have his gun.
But it was only one, wasn't several?
Several what?
Loud bangs. Just one?
I just heard one.
Okay. So,
And then I shot through that door. But I only shot my gun. I mean, everything should be, I don't even know how many bullets were in there, but
I don't know yet.
I promise I only shot that door.
Okay. Well,
I didn't bring my gun up there to do anything. I don't even, I guess I could see it. So I was thinking when I came back up that he was going to be there. I don't even know what I was thinking. I was just thinking when I came back up those stairs, that he was going to be there, but I didn't bring it like to hurt somebody. I didn't. And then when the door was locked, and he didn't say, I thought he was laying in bed. God, why did I do that?
so I'm going to tell you, okay?
Yeah.
He did not make it.
Oh my God.
Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down.
Oh my God. 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 Oh. Oh my God. Oh my God.
It's so important to have these facts.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh. Oh my God. 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 Oh. Oh my God. David. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Let's talk about what the death notification and its aftermath reveal about Suzanne Mericle's psychology, and what this case ultimately teaches us. The death notification in an interrogation is one of the most psychologically significant moments in any case involving a suspect whose role in a death is disputed. Because the response to news of a death, genuine news, delivered without warning, bypasses most of the conscious narrative management a person has been doing throughout the interview. Suzanne Mericle's response to being told David Barron is dead is one of the most extreme acute grief responses we have seen in this series. It continues for several minutes. It involves screaming, hyperventilation, calling his name repeatedly. It is completely disorganizing. She cannot speak coherently. She cannot manage her physical response. She cannot do anything except react. Whatever you conclude about what she did and why, her response to David's death is not a performance. It is the shattering of someone whose emotional life was organized around this person. At the 2-hour 15 minutes mark, in the middle of the screaming and the grief, Suzanne says, "Mom, I killed you." The word mom is clearly a slip. She is addressing David, and the word that comes out is mom. Grief does strange things to language. This is not psychologically unusual in acute bereavement. But the rest of the sentence is extraordinary. She doesn't say, "I didn't mean to." She doesn't say, "Look what happened." She says, "I killed you." This is the first direct first-person statement of causation in the entire interrogation. And it comes in the least filtered, least managed moment of the entire 2+ hours. It comes when Suzanne is not talking to a detective, not managing an account, not trying to explain or justify anything. She is alone with the reality of what has happened. I killed you. This sentence is, in forensic psychology terms, one of the most reliable kinds of statement a person can produce. It is not strategic. It is not offered for an audience. It is the authentic verbal expression of how Suzanne Mericle understands what she did, in the moment when understanding has stripped away everything else. She knows she killed him. Whatever she says about the lock, whatever she says about self-defense, whatever she says about not knowing he was standing by the door, she knows. Suzanne is arrested at approximately the 2:23 mark. Her response, "Am I being arrested?" followed by "I didn't mean to kill him," captures the central psychological tension of this entire case in 2 sentences. She didn't mean to kill him. She killed him. Both of those things may be simultaneously true. And that is what makes this case so difficult to categorize cleanly.
Oh my God! No! Oh my God! Oh! Oh my God! Oh my God, no! No! Kill him! Oh my God. We talked about going to Hawaii to get married last night. It can't be done. Oh my God! Oh, how did this happen? Does these children know?
No. I haven't gotten any of the contact information on this interview.
God.
Where's his son live? Atlanta?
Oh my God, he thought it was son tonight. We're just gonna dinner with his other son tomorrow night. We're gonna have this great. He was gonna retire in 2 years. Oh my God, I got him. Oh my God. Oh my God. Y'all. Why did I forget it? Oh my God. Oh God. I just wish I would have went to let bed or left. Oh God. Oh my God. I thought I'd finally. No, Bill. He's a good. Oh my God. God. He can't be dead.
So which son do you want me to call?
Do you have their names?
You gave me the names earlier, yes.
Do you have their numbers?
Not yet.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Where's the son live? Does he live locally or?
They both live here.
Here?
They both. Evan, oh my God. Evan
Look at this. Oh my God! I shot him!
I'm gonna step out just for 1 second, see if we can find those numbers. If you need anything, let us know. Just hang out right here, okay?
Don't leave the door open.
Well, somebody's right here, but no, I can't leave the door open because there's an office right here, okay? All right, we'll be right here.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Here, I got your number. I'm gonna text you case number.
Okay. Stand up for me, please. Alright, this wall for me. This wall.
I'm not being arrested?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Can I find your bag, please?
Oh my God. Can I call somebody?
Not at this moment, okay?
Huh?
Not at this moment.
Oh my God.
Okay, just relax for a start. Alright, it's gonna be a lot easier if you turn reverse this way.
What?
It's gonna be a lot easier if you turn reverse this way. You're
Okay,
gonna
let me, I'll fix my arm. Oh my God. I'm trying to fix my arm. Oh my God. But I didn't mean to kill him.
Okay, just bear with me, alright?
Okay, it's kind of tight on this arm.
You got plenty of room.
Oh my God. Oh my God. It was an accident.
Alright, I'm not asking any questions, alright? So, just relax with me just a second.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Alright, do you have anything in your pocket?
No.
Just your glass?
Can I get my glasses?
I'll get them for you.
What are you doing?
I can search it first. Do you have anything in your luggage? Through it like your pockets and stuff.
Okay. There's
Just tissues?
Oh my God. What is happening? Oh my God.
Okay. Turn this wall forward and spread your feet a little forward. You can spread a little water for me. Thank you. You said there's nothing in your pockets?
No.
Okay.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm afraid of God.
Stepping back from the entirety of this interrogation, the Suzanne Mericle case does not fit neatly into the categories we typically apply in forensic psychology. She is not a predatory offender. There is no planning, no cold calculation, no prior intent. The idea of Suzanne Mericle spending 6 months planning something, the way Liam McAtesney did, is inconsistent with every piece of evidence in this case. She is not a manipulative concealer, someone who maintains a constructed narrative with impressive psychological discipline. Her story shifts, corrects itself, admits uncertainty, and falls apart in places. That is not the behavior of a sophisticated deceiver. What the case most closely resembles, in forensic psychological terms, is what researchers call reactive intimate partner homicide, violence that occurs within an established relationship, triggered by an acute conflict, under conditions of significant emotional activation, alcohol, and prior grievance accumulation. Not planned. Not cold. Hot, chaotic, and catastrophic. But the prosecution added a complicating layer. The alleged crime scene alteration, the moved guns, the cleaned blood, the missing shell casings, suggests that in the window between the shooting and the 911 call, someone made decisions. Even in shock, even in grief, even in genuine distress, decisions were made about what the scene would look like when police arrived. That is what the jury ultimately weighed. Not whether Suzanne meant to kill David in the cold, premeditated sense, but whether she fired that gun with sufficient recklessness to constitute felony murder, and whether she then took steps to alter what investigators would find. They found she did. The Mericle case illustrates something that forensic psychologists have been arguing for decades needs more public attention: the relationship between accumulated grievance, prior violence, alcohol, firearms, and catastrophic outcome in domestic situations. Every element of the risk profile was present in that house on March 7, 2025. A relationship with a documented history of physical violence. A prior police call-out. A wound that had been reopening for months. The Romania situation. The financial betrayal. The prior lie. Alcohol. 2 loaded firearms in the same house. An argument that had escalated before and was escalating again. The research is unambiguous. When these elements combine, the probability of a fatal outcome is significantly elevated. Not inevitable, but elevated. David Barron locked himself in his bedroom. That was his attempt to de-escalate, to remove himself from the conflict, to let it cool down. He went to the one room in the house where a locked door would separate him from the situation. And the locked door is what killed him. Near the end of this interrogation, before she is told David is dead, Suzanne says something that I want to end on. I should have just got in my car. It is the clearest possible statement of what a different choice would have looked like. Get in the car. Drive away. Let the argument live to be had another day. Let the Romania wound fester for another week and address it in daylight, sober, without guns in the equation. She knew that was the other option. She says so herself. David Barron was 68 years old. He was a vice president at a technology company. He had 2 sons he loved. He was supposed to have dinner with one of them the following night. He locked himself in his bedroom to avoid a fight. Suzanne Mericle was sentenced to life in prison. Under Georgia law, she will not be eligible for parole consideration until she is 93 years old. The judge called her the primary aggressor who ignored multiple opportunities to avoid killing David Barron. She was right there in that interrogation room, with more than 2 hours to hear herself say exactly why those opportunities existed. I should have just got in my car. She should have.